All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Wimp to a Warrior. Now, before I call out these next two fighters, one of them has a Mr. T reference for a fight name, and he raised $1,000 for Beyond Blue in picking the name. So when I call it, you'll know what it's about. All right, here we go. Bout number 7 on the card tonight, proudly brought to you by Customize IT. This bout we contested over 3 3-minute rounds, and it's the heavyweights. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 103.3 kilograms. He's a talent acquisition advisor. Ladies and gentlemen, Philp, I pity the fool, Neho.
Okay, so we got Philp Neho coming out. 38 amazing years old.
Yeah, this is a battle of the big boys here. We've got Phil Neho, 103 kilos, 103-ish, and Josh Preston, who's 115. So there's going to be some heavy hitting here, Joel, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So Phil's a big fan of BJJ. So generally his disciplines in life, his favourite disciplines are doing what his wife tells him and BJJ. So I can kind of relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to keep him safe. That's definitely a safe discipline.
Yeah.
So Phil coming into this, another ex-rugby player, so we're seeing quite a few people that are athletes from other sports coming in, looking for something after their chosen sport. So we'll see if he can bring some of his athleticism from his rugby days here into the cage.
Yeah, so Phil's raised $1,000 for a charity, Beyond Blue. So the highest winner gets to pick his ring name. So we're going to
introducing his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 113 kilograms even. He's a project manager in the construction industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Preston.
All right, here we see Josh Preston coming out to the cage. Josh, 115 kilos, so he's going to have a bit of weight behind him, and we'll see if he can use that to his advantage. Josh is an ex-representative rugby player, so he was obviously, in his day, quite the athlete, and we can see if he can carry that over. And the reason that he signed up for Wimp to Warrior here is because he wanted to get his health back after being overweight for a number of years. So,
he's lost over 20 kilos in this process.
Yeah,
so
that is
like
great.
I said before, Wimp to Warrior is definitely a life-changing experience for these guys and girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lost 20 kilos in 4 months, sorry. So he defines his fighting style as a striker, stand-up, a bit of boxing. So these guys are going to bang.
Yeah, I think so. Both these guys are ex-rugby players. They're both, got a bit of an athletic background. And one thing that I've noticed when guys come from rugby over to MMA, two things that they often possess is one, a really good takedown, like a blast double leg takedown. And the other thing is oftentimes they're going to have pretty natural power. They can transfer that power through their punch pretty well. So we'll see if either of those guys show some of those abilities.
Nice. So I think we're looking at some fireworks going off here. And, told that Josh has got some pretty big shots, so we might be looking at a knockout here. Now, both of these, most of our competitors actually, they've said this is their fighting style striking, but their favourite discipline is BJJ.
Yeah, right.
Yourself, Brendan, you're a BJJ black belt.
Proudly brought by Customised.
You obviously, that's probably one of your favourite disciplines.
Yeah, absolutely. I really do enjoy the jiu-jitsu aspect.
The man in the middle,
there's obviously a big difference
Hickman.
using jiu-jitsu in MMA though. We've seen it already tonight that, you've got to be efficient with your takedowns if you want to take a fight to the ground. So we'll see how these two guys go.
Round one.
Oh, big opening shots by both guys. And Josh is coming out pretty heavy.
He's going for the takedown.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Phil's looking for the takedown, and Josh down on his knees. Phil's only got to pull those feet out, those knees out from under him, and he'll get that.
Big boys giving this cage a bit of a workout.
Yeah, they will be giving it a workout. You see Josh looking for some sort of a guillotine position. It doesn't look like he's got his hands joined or he's got it locked up.
It's an arm in, so he's got the arm in. It's kind of using it to neutralise the takedown, but he should be going for a ride.
Yeah, we see referee Peter Hickman warning Josh there for some shots to the back of the head. And Phil is still working here, working away for the takedown.
He did weather those early shots down. Now Josh is holding Phil up, and that's going to gas his arm, so he might take some power out of those shots when they do actually eventually break.
Yeah. One thing's for sure, this position for both guys is definitely going to be energy taxing, like when later in this round, and definitely round two if we get there, we're going to see the guys probably slow down, these big guys slow down a little bit.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a factor. He should be trying to get his hook in there and look for that, get the back here. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we've got Josh here on the back. He's trying to feed his arm through there and looking for the choke. He's only got a single hook. I think if Phil could sort of buck forward, he would actually throw Josh off the front, because Josh positionally doesn't have a too strong a position, but he's just putting all that 115 kilos on
he's making him
Phil.
Carry that weight. Yeah. If Phil just turns his back to the cage and kind of almost scratches Josh off like a bear scratching a tree, that'll get him off.
Yeah. And, one thing for these big guys, obviously, Phil is just over 100 kilos on his own, and then he's carrying another 115 kilo guy like a backpack right now. So for him to get up from this position, it's going to take a whole lot of energy.
And this position would be totally different. We'd be seeing a different fight right now if this was even B class. So punches to the head right now would be making this position something different. Yeah,
absolutely. This is a bit of a limited position that Josh has.
15 seconds.
Simply because it's a C class fight, he can't throw those shots to the head on the ground at opponent. We've got 10 seconds to go in this round. It looks like Josh may just ride out this position. Oh no, he's moving. So, nice. Both guys opening up here with some big shots to finish the round.
Nice. Good end to that round by Phil.
Yeah, good finish there by Phil. I think Phil now knows from that he doesn't want to be under an opponent with that much bigger. One thing we don't see in the smaller weight divisions, we don't see huge weight gaps, because everyone's relatively close in the smaller weight divisions. Once we hit heavyweight, it's basically unlimited. You could be 100 kilos or 98 kilos, and your opponent could be 118, and that's a big difference, and that's a weight that you don't want to carry on the ground.
Yeah, you think that would be the weight class that they'd be trying to put in first, because there's some big gaps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rather than putting in the 165 and 175, why not just make that jump from middleweight to light heavyweight smaller, and make the jump from light heavyweight to heavyweight, just like maybe increments.
They have brought in, so worldwide, globally, they've brought in a weight division in between light heavyweight and heavyweight, I believe, or it might be within the heavyweight division.
It'll be around 88.
I think it's about 110 kilos.
Oh, so above?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah. Right.
Round 2.
So here we see both guys coming out, shaping up, trying to measure each
Oh,
other out.
that landed. He's shaking it off, but it definitely made contact with the
Nice. Whoa, Phil's off balance there. Oh, sorry. You see Phil opening up with some big shots. Josh wore one there and took it really well.
chin. These guys are trading.
Yeah, and both guys have shown that they can take a shot. Yeah, Phil looking for that takedown. We're sitting right here below these guys,
Yeah.
and I'm glad the cage held up there.
Great seats. Thanks,
That
Jason.
would have been a rough night. Yeah, we see Phil shooting for a double leg takedown. Not only is he now lost position, but he's underneath a guy that's 115 kilos underneath a sprawl. So that's definitely not where you want to be. And Phil's going to have to scramble pretty hard to get out of this position, because carrying a 115 kilo guy for the remainder of the round is going to be a long night.
Yeah, especially up against the cage like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a lot of room for him to hip escape. So is he?
We see Josh utilising some short knees to the body there. He's doing that well, just chipping away.
Yeah, mate, it's under the... Well, yeah, he could actually hook that arm and turn this into a crucifix, no? It's hard with these C-class rules. It does... With the punches really make a difference. They open up the submissions.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Josh here is looking for the choke. Does he have his arm through? It's hard to see from this angle. He's flattening his opponent out.
Oh, look, he's hand fighting.
Yep. Yep, we've got Phil.
He's
Phil
cleared
is
that
fighting.
bottom hook, so if he just gets his bum out, scoots out towards the cage, he should be out and come
And
on
this
top.
is where either
He
guy
could get
can
on top
scramble to
here.
get on top. So it's going to be...
Needs that. Look, good work by Josh.
Yeah, and Josh has done well to pull himself up in top position. We've got 40 seconds to go here in round 2.
$30 seconds.
So Josh has his leg caught here in half guard. He's nearly through to mount, but like we've seen in past fights, the mount for these C-class rules isn't the best position. Got our referee calling for a little bit more action here.
He's going for that Americana.
Yeah, Josh looking for an arm lock here. And that's the end of round
End
2.
of round 2. When it comes to custom screening and printing, there's only one name you need to know. Customize it.
So we've seen Phil get caught in a bad position in both rounds here, Joel. What would you be telling him if you were in his corner right now?
I'd be after looking at this round, I'll be telling Phil, have some faith in your striking, because he has clipped Josh.
Yeah.
So I'd be saying maybe hold off on that double straight away. Maybe last minute of the round.
Yeah.
Use it to win. But I think Phil's got a chance on the feet here.
Yeah, I agree. And I think shooting a takedown on a guy that much bigger, it's always going to be risky.
Especially so early in the round. It's so long to be sitting on the bottom.
So here we go, coming into the closing round.
That's what Phil needs to utilise the cage. So move around, use the space like it is. It's the big 8-metre cage we got here. And maybe just hold off on that shot to the last minute. Yeah. Another front kick. Josh just shrugging it off. I think it's just caught it with the beard. The power of the beard.
The face Kevlar.
You know how the power of the beard can work.
Right. Josh lands a nice strong punch there, and he's again looking for that that guillotine position. He doesn't seem to have it, and
that was a tough knee right there.
Phil's
That one went
Phil's
deep.
now doing a little bit of damage. He's kind of turning the tide in his favour now with this cage position. If he just keeps his head high, Phil really needs to keep his eyes looking up to the ceiling, not get broken down into this position where he's heading now.
What would you be doing from here right now?
If
Wrist
I,
control, separating those hands? Or?
yeah, if I was Phil, I'd be fighting those hands off to defend against the guillotine, looking to get some sort of head position back. I would prefer my head to be up in sort of Josh's jaw, where I can control him against the cage and level change when I want to. You know,
his legs are so close together though. It's just if he can get his hands around his calves, lock them together, he should go for a right. I know he is heavy.
Yeah, and here we see Josh going for a guillotine.
I'm not sure how deep it is, but he needs to pass to his right. He needs to pass that. He needs to pass to his right and then cartwheel over the top to the left.
Yeah, he really needs to get on his.
Can't stay inside the guard here.
And this, it looks. Oh, there we go.
Final
Phil's got his head
60
out.
seconds.
So last minute of the round here, we've got Phil on top. Josh looks like he's trying to set up the armbar. He's trying to rotate his hips. He's a bit hindered by the cage there. He's sort of jammed up against the cage. He could actually
Not a lot of options.
Yeah, he could actually get his foot on the cage and use that use the cage to rotate his hips. But Phil seems to be staying in safe position. We've got a referee calling for a bit higher work rate here from the guys.
What do you think? What do you think the chances of an Achilles lock on there with these shimmies?
I think
can it be done?
I think it could be done, but I think it comes down to the presence of mind of these guys to do it. I think now would be the time to do it.
I think now's a good time to go for that because I don't think anything's going to happen in this position without the punches to the face. Boom, drop for that Achilles lock. Roll the dice.
And we see Phil just looks like he's riding out this top position in closed guard to finish
And
off
the
the fight.
heavyweights go the distance.
So both guys look pretty tired. They're both giving it their all in there.
Look at the sportsmanship. You got to think these guys have been training with each other, like face to face. You know, in the gym. Like I came down and sat in on a few sessions, helped out. They were literally paired up with the people they're fighting.
Yeah.
So that's a unique experience. You know, like you know, people. You don't have to hate the person that you're fighting. This is a sport.
Yeah.
And you know, respect them if anything. Like, you know, otherwise, why stand across the stage? So I like the idea of this. You know,
absolutely. And I think that's a misunderstood part of the sport, and I think that's a good point you raised there, is about the respect there. And it's not, you don't have to hate the other person in the cage. It is a very legitimate sport, and especially once you see amongst, you know, as people rise the ranks and are fighting professionally, they're just highly trained athletes. There's no anger or malice in it.
Yeah, I think on a local level, there's no reason to fight your your training partners unless there's maybe some kind of belt on the line in the UFC. But as you know, it's happened plenty of times in the past over the years in the UFC. You know, when gym partners that
All right,
fight
ladies and
each
gentlemen,
other.
bout number 7 on the card tonight, proudly brought to you by Customize It. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the bout 29-28 for a unanimous decision. To the blue corner, Joshua Preston.
That was a good decision, I guess. You've definitely got to give that to Josh just for the amount of minutes he spent in control on top.
Yeah.
Phil, you give it to me. Phil's got a big heart. He took some heavy shots early.
Yeah, both guys did really well. Here we have Josh. We're just going to hear from Josh here in the cage.
Josh Preston, mate, unanimous decision, but a very, very tough fight and a very close fight.
Yeah, look, I trained with Phil. Kind of started together as the bigger guys in the camp. I think at the end of the day, you know, that score kind of still showed how close we can be. You know, it can go either way. So, miseries to Phil, huge effort. Thanks to my team, blue team. Chalk up a win for everyone. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry there's a bit of groundwork there, but we're big, we're tired.
Well, yeah, you certainly went the distance, and you looked like you were opening up the rounds when you had a bit more energy, come out strong, and then try and plan it from there.
Yeah, look, there's a couple of times where I looked to my corner over there. got a lot of special people that have come to see me tonight, and you know they kind of pick you up when you got nothing left in the tank. So that's about it.
Well, congratulations. You go out a winner tonight. Well done. Did you find that you got what you wanted to get out of this, or did you get even more?
Yeah, definitely. Look, my partner and I, Jess, said about this time last year that we need to make a change in particularly my life and hers as well, with young children coming and already here. So that was the main goal, you know, get into good healthy habits. Managed to lose over 20 kilos doing the program, so I'd certainly encourage anyone doing the Wimp to Warrior program just for a personal development situation.
Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up for Joshua Preston.